Has come up for me a few times in the past week or so. And I just got off a call with a friend of mine who's also in the coaching industry, and the topic came up again. So I figured, why not go live and talk about it? Now, we all know the online coaching and consulting business has just kind of boomed over the last couple of years. There are so many business and marketing coaches out there. You're probably all getting messages in your inbox daily from people promising leads, promising to 10x your business, and so on. And it's a little bit overwhelming. And if you're anything like me, it's quite likely that you have been through one, maybe two, maybe more coaching programs where you didn't quite get the result that you wanted. So I just want to talk a little bit more about that today, why that possibly happened, and what you can do in the future going forward to make sure you're choosing the right coach. Okay. So by the way, my name's Anne. I've been around the industry since 2019, helping coaches and consultants to grow their businesses. Yes, I'm one of those people I'm talking about. But I do it in a very ethical way and probably not like most of the other people out there. I digress. So here is why you likely didn't get what was promised. And this is kind of rife in the industry. There's a very good chance that the coach that you signed up to work with didn't have very strict and specific client criteria that they were looking for. A lot of coaches, they work with different people at different levels and they're promising the same outcome, or they don't promise a clear outcome, but they give an indication of what they think might happen. The reason for this is because they haven't narrowed down those criteria. They are not clear themselves what it's going to take for you to get the result that you want working with them. Does this make sense? And let me know in the comments if you have any questions on this. I'm completely off cuff here, so I haven't prepared anything. But there's a lot of coaches who are serving people at different levels. They're not clear on what the actual end outcome is going to be, but they need the money. So they're bringing clients on board. So that's the one scenario. Then there's another scenario where there's, these big coaching companies out there who want as many clients as possible. They want the big numbers coming through. What happens in those businesses is you'll get the top performers, so probably the more experienced people. They will come in, they need a few tweaks, and they're set. They get amazing results. Those are the results that you see on the testimonials, on their websites, on their social feeds. Those are the people they talk about all the time. And very sadly, it's often only 10% of the people that actually sign up to work with them. Everyone else doesn't quite get what they're looking for. Now, a number of people, and this happened to me. I went through a couple of guru programs myself where I felt like just a number. I didn't get any personalized attention. I was quite new to the industry, so there were things that I needed that they weren't providing in the program, but I didn't know that at the time. So they took me on and I probably wasn't the right fit for the program. But you live and you learn, and that experience has actually shaped a lot of my business and how I don't ever want my clients to feel, and my dedication to helping my clients figure out who their best fit clients are so that it doesn't happen to their clients. I hope that makes sense. Now, the problem with investing money in something and not getting the return that you were wanting or hoping for, and trauma coaches, jump in and let me know your thoughts on this. It kind of creates a trauma response in some people, especially if there's underlying trauma that's kind of similar from your past. I'm not an expert in trauma, which is why I would love trauma coaches to jump on here. But essentially, you get this trauma response. And so what happens with that? Well, you're hesitant to then invest in someone again because you've had this bad experience in the past. You don't want to have that happen again. It's totally normal. I mean, I completely understand it. And it prevented me from investing for a while as well. So here's a few things that you can do to make sure that going forward, you choose the right coach and you choose the right program. Okay, because at the end of the day, I am a firm believer in coaching. I believe that we need coaches pretty much all the time for various aspects of our lives. And I will use coaches for various aspects of my life as well. I have 2 at the moment. So coaching is important for growth. Yes, you can get there eventually on your own. You can try and figure things out on your own. You can read the books. You can do the $27 courses, but they will only get you so far. Investing in the right coach can help you really accelerate your growth and your progress and get you to wherever it is that you want to go a whole lot faster. So here's a few things that you can look out for when making your next, coaching decision on who you want to go with. Firstly, do they implement the methods that they talk about? Do they do what they're selling? So for example, if it's a marketing coach and they're selling organic marketing, do they do organic marketing? Or do they just run Facebook ads? If it's a coach who is selling phone sales, that maybe it's a sales coach and they have a process that they take their clients through, do they use that same process themselves? If they don't, if there's a mismatch between what they're selling and what they're doing, that is a red flag. Okay. Then the next thing, how much do they share about their processes with their content? Do you have to jump through hoops and get on calls to get the information? Or do they share it openly in their content? Do they talk openly about their methods? If they're hiding things and not sharing things openly with their market, that's a red flag, okay? Because it could mean that they are not truly an expert in what they do, okay? And if you know anything about my marketing approach, you'll know that we put the how all throughout our content. It's visible for everyone to see. Because if people can see the how they'll get the results, and it's something that they are interested in and happy to do themselves, you're 50% there to make the sale. Okay, but I digress. So we've done, do they implement their own methods and do they put those methods openly in their content? If you get into a sales conversation with them, are they happy to answer questions? Do they take their time making sure you feel comfortable with your decision to buy? Or are they using high pressure sales strategies to get you to buy now? Are they making you feel really bad about your situation and putting pressure on you to get into this program or you'll stay stuck forever? Okay, if they're putting pressure on you, it's a red flag. All right, it's a red flag. But if they are open to answering questions, dealing with all of your concerns without, getting defensive, then it's a good sign. Okay, so please, guys, a lot of us have been burnt in the past, burns. Depending on how you look at it, there are normally lessons in there, and it's not always all for nothing. It's not always all a waste. There are key lessons that you can learn in these situations. And please don't let this stop your growth. Do your research, do your due diligence, make sure you resonate, you can connect with the person that you're interested in working with. Don't let them pressure you. Make sure they talk about their methods openly and that they're using them themselves. And just those few pointers will help you to make the right educated decision and, of course, accelerate your progress. Again, trauma coaches, I would really love for you to weigh in here. And if you have questions or concerns or queries or whatever it is, please feel free to drop them in the comments or send me a message. Okay, that's it from me today. Have an amazing rest of your weekend.